how many SCVs are you sending? Show me. How many SCVs are you sending? And then instead of sending like 5-6 SCVs, DrewBie was just like, okay, I'm just going to send one SCV, a couple Marines. I can lift up my barracks pretty easily and put it back into my main because of these positions, so it's not really a big deal. And I'm just going to get a quick orbital command here.
Yeah, I mean, that was a 2-Rex with one SCV that he could have easily been held off with 4 to 6 Zerglings and a few drone pulls. So now EGStrifeCro, as you said, going to be in a little bit of a tough position, but remember, DrewBie did open with a 2-Rex. So his tech's going to be quite behind. It looks like he's going for mech, though. Blue Flame Hellions going to try to get in a lot of harass here and capitalize upon the fact that EGStrifeCro is going to be a little behind economically, but EGStrifeCro getting the macro hatch, and I love this decision. Not only is it going to help in blocking off Hellion run-bys, but it's going to let him get out a lot more units, which he's going to need because he's got Zerglings to deal with Blue Flame Hellions. But EGStrifeCro, man, does he just not... I think he just doesn't like to get fast speed.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it is with his first 100 gas this time. So it is a little bit different. He just got super late gas. He was going like for a ton of drones, right? And because he went for that super late gas, he's up to 42 drones versus 28 SCVs, even though like he invested so much in Zerglings early on. But it does mean that his tech is going to be delayed as well. It's the equivalent of a 2-Rax to go for that no gas play as a Zerg.
You know, this is something that's dangerous in a situation like tournament play, but probably fantastic on ladder. Most Terrans would expect Zerg to have speed by now, maybe be a little hesitant to push, but DrewBie, realizing his opponent doesn't have speed, gonna move out here with his Hellions. Blue Flame is, oh my god, he killed that Zergling right before Blue Flame finished, so EGStrifeCro, as of now, doesn't know his opponent has Blue Flame, and is just spamming out Zerglings right now, but I would expect to see, you know, Queens being made at the additional hatcheries if he knew that Blue Flame was completed.
And you know what? Metabolic Boost is not finished either, and on top of that, Metalopolis, such a huge, wide-open natural that Spine is just going to get sidestepped here.
Now, he does have the Evo Chamber in the backfield, which I really, really like. Now the Marines can really easily target that down. Maybe going to go for a Marine surround when the Broodlings hatch. We will have to see, guys. Broodlings could rip apart these Hellions if he's unable to fall back. Here are the Broodlings, and no, they just die instantly. What am I saying?
Yeah,
well, he also didn't go for the counterattack, so... The circle around. Yeah, would have distracted a lot of damage. But now, oh my god, if DrewBie gets onto this ramp here, these Zerglings not going to be able to even get remotely a decent surround, and I think EGStrifeCro may die here.
That was brutal. Such a nice position there from DrewBie, and the best part is that he took down the Spine almost completely. He gets one single hit there. Now the drones are getting pulled, but there's still 3 Blue Flame Hellions. Nice drone drill, but he's going to clean this up, only just barely, and he's already lost 14 drones, maybe a couple more. Yeah, exactly. 2 more die. 16 drones killed so far. That's 36 drones to 38 SCVs, and the third base of DrewBie's on the way. He's now going back into some Marine tank play, and that's actually really, really surprising to see a double factory switch into tank play instead, or Marine tank rather, instead of mech. Now some more Zerglings are going to clean up the Hellions of DrewBie.
You know, this is one of the. I love that DrewBie here is utilizing one of the really strong assets of Terran. Is that you know, you could open with these Blue Flame Hellions and such, and then just be like, okay, time to switch some add-ons and make it. You know, now you've got any reactors that you previously had being used for Hellions. Now you're using them to make Marines. Any tech labs you had researching STEM or something of that nature, now you can use them to make tanks. And you know, EGStrifeCro, if he believes his opponent is going mech at this point, is going to be making mech reactions, but does get in there, poke in, and see that the Hellion count is not where he would expect it to be. Does see Marines and tanks, so I think he may see this transition, but it would have been very scary if he didn't see it in making, you know, roaches and things to react to mech play. So third going down right now for EGStrifeCro, but the third for DrewBie is done and morphing into a planetary.
Yeah, and there's just not enough Zerglings right now out for EGStrifeCro to deny that, and the planetary will finish. Just a few Marines and that Blue Flame Hellions could clean up these Zerglings. And actually, look at the Zerglings here getting a nice round, and DrewBie here taking a bit of time before sending his units back. This planetary fortress is going to get taken out, I think.
Well, he has to cancel lift. Fly it. He really needs to, and it goes down.
Oh my god.
Speechless.
That was brutal. So EGStrifeCro here, the king of comebacks already, right? Like, that's a huge move, taking out your opponent's third, and now it's just going to have to get restarted. Meanwhile, his third is finished. He's up to 56 drones, of course, showing us that great Zerg macro. And now DrewBie, though, pushing forward with that 4 siege tank, that critical mass play. Could be tricky, man. There's no banelings out just yet for EGStrifeCro. He doesn't have a baneling nest either.
The army for DrewBie is no longer at home. He is moving out with a push here, but there are so many Zerglings from EGStrifeCro. And remember, he has +1/+1. DrewBie not sieging his tanks. Fantastic surround from EGStrifeCro. And honestly, after losing that third, DrewBie is in such a tough spot. EGStrifeCro could easily take this game off him from this point with this attack. Will he reinforce or will he drone up behind it? That's really the question.
It looks like, if we look at the production tab, he is reinforcing with more Zerglings. He's engaging here, and it looks like he's going to lose almost all of his Zerglings. A bit of a misstep here. I think he was expecting it to work a lot more like it did versus Rain Spades. But meanwhile here, DrewBie does hold for the time being, and his third command center will finish. But man, I mean, EGStrifeCro, he was so indecisive with actually engaging that, and yet he still just like cleaned it up easy peasy. So that shows you just how strong these +1/+1 Zerglings can be. And here comes a bit of a drop from DrewBie into the back of his opponent's base.
Zerglings running all around the board, checking for any hidden expansions. We do see the drop in the smoky sector of this expansion, but EGStrifeCro has a nice Overlord spread, good map awareness, and realizes that drop is going down. So Zerglings right on that queen, getting some shots off on the medevac. Will these other queens move themselves into position to assist with that? Yes, they do. Zerglings already on the low ground, ready to deal with these Marines as they come out of the medevac. This drop can be easily cleaned up by EGStrifeCro, while the third is being once again morphed into a planetary by DrewBie. Oh, deja vu, Katu.
Yeah, and you know what? He's just buying himself time. He needs that planetary fortress to finish, so he's just going to keep dropping these units, try to keep them alive for as long as possible. And, I mean, his planetary fortress now is going to be done in 15 seconds. So that second drop there, going to escape. It also denied a lot of mining time, and he's in a pretty good position now. He was able to get up his third.
Well, you know, DrewBie's worker count is so high because he continued to make workers, and that's why he, you know, almost lost in that situation where EGStrifeCro was pouring in links. He was in a really tough spot because he was continuing to make workers, really expected to have that third base, and then didn't, and wasn't getting the economic benefits to all the additional workers that he had. So now these links are going to be moving out them. The tanks are not sieged, folks. This is going to be really, really, really rough for DrewBie. Might stand to lose his entire army. Huge fungals go down on all of the Marines. They are going to rapidly die. There are no further links here, though, and EGStrifeCro going to be likely reinforcing, yes, with 38 speedlings. Infestor is going to be, oh my god, all these Infestors might die to 3 Marines right now.
Yeah, that's brutal to watch, man. Oh, 2 Infestors will just narrowly escape. But you know what? I love the transition right now from DrewBie. He's going into tons of Blue Flame Hellions. He's actually stopped his siege tank production altogether. He's like, oh, you're not going to make banelings? Fine, I'm not going to make siege tanks. I'm just going to make Blue Flame Hellions. And this could be huge because EGStrifeCro here is just continuing his Ling play. He's getting +3/+3 melee. He's getting his adrenal glands upgrades. He's going for the attack over here at Planetary Fortress. And I don't care how good your Lings are upgraded. The Planetary Fortress here going to take them out easy peasy. And here comes the counter push from DrewBie. He knows his third is safe. And how much damage can he do at the front here?
Well, it looks like we got 4 Blue Flame Hellions being dropped into the main of EGStrifeCro. It's going to be rapidly lifted back up in, but I think at this point, DrewBie may be able to do this situation. Yeah, 5 barracks being constructed, or 4 barracks in a factory being constructed right now, getting ready to really ramp up his production. And I'm honestly expecting to see a situation where it would remind me of like SC from FOU, where you're just gonna pour units into the Zerg base non-stop over and over and over and over because he killed so many Infestors that he's not going to really get the return on investment of those units that you really need to get with units like Infestors. So some Lings surrounding these Marines here, and not enough energy for fungal growth though, so these Infested Terrans not going to do too much. Actually just going to leave them alone entirely, but now we're going to see this production for DrewBie absolutely skyrocket now that these production facilities are completed.
Dude, I don't know, man. I think you're wrong. Honestly, these Zerglings, when they get +3/+3 and adrenal glands, these +1/+1 Marines are going to be just next to useless. And here we see the Zerglings there getting a nice round. And the biggest problem is that DrewBie stopped his Blue Flame Hellion production. He's making some siege tanks. He was making some Thors as well. You know God knows why.
I entirely missed the upgrades. Like, the fact that those Marines are 1-1 and he just... Adrenal Glands is now finished. 3-3, and he's going for Thor. As you just said, why is he going for Thor?
I have no idea. Now an Ultra's Cavern is on the way for StrifeCro as well. He's going to have these tier 3 units. And you know what? Like, you were right. The infestors need to have a high return on investment because they are, they just need to generate some damage because they just cost so much. But Lings cost nothing, man. Lings cost larva. That's it. And they're just going to be so effective with all of these mass upgrades. Only +2/+2 here going to be done for Drewbie. And it's only going to be done like a minute and a half after the +3/+3 of StrifeCro is done.
Yeah, I mean, StrifeCro will have a nice timing window right as these 3-3 upgrades finish. I think we may see him go for an attack, and that's exactly what we're going to see. Here come the Lynx. Does pull back a little. Maybe wants to lay down some fungals with these infestors. Actually pulling back with the entire army of